Hello, everybody. Welcome to day 3 of 30 Days of Illumination. My name is Sarah Shirley, and I am an intuitive healer, a spiritual teacher, a channel, a medicine woman as well. And today's day 3 of this 30-day journey that I'm offering to help you learn more about spirituality and about your healing path. And I'm going to be sharing so many different tools and topics and lots of wisdom and experiences from my own life journey, my own healing path, and also those of my clients sometimes too, of course, always shared with permission. Hi Jovan, welcome. Welcome. Hello, beautiful soul. So thank you all so much for being here with me, whether you're watching live or you're watching the replay. And I just wanted to share a little bit about what I do, because there are many things that I do and that I've done over the years. Primarily, I work with clients to help them do shadow work. So I offer inner child healing, past life healing, and ancestral healing. And all of this is so that we can bring up those wounds to the surface, the wounds that we carry from deep inside of us, from those three different kind of categories, the inner child, past life, or ancestral, and to help clear them and alchemize them back into love and back into power, because we carry these wounds and they're like layers of an onion on top of us, and the more we can peel them away, the more our own true light shines through. So that's what I offer, and I offer one-on-one healing containers and different trainings and events. So if you feel called to check out my work, you can visit my website, sarahshirley.com. So I want to jump into the topic for today, and a little recap from yesterday. Yesterday I talked all about the signs, and actually all about being highly sensitive, and some different tools and practices you can implement into your life to help support yourself more if you're a highly sensitive person. So do check it out if you haven't yet. And on the first day of this journey, I talked about the number one way to develop your intuition. So these are all located in my profile. You can find them, and let me know if anything jumps out at you, and if anything is sticking and anything feels like a really big aha for you. I would love to hear that feedback. So today I'm going to be talking about grounding and why it's so important on your spiritual path. And I actually believe it's like the number one thing. It's the most important for most humans, because most of society is living completely like in their head and totally disconnected from their bodies. That's like, if you speak to just so many people, I can often tell. Sometimes like I'll get pain in my forehead or in my face when I'm speaking to somebody who's really ungrounded, and because I can really feel it in my body. And a lot of us live that way because it's uncomfortable to feel our feelings, and we disassociate from our bodies because of trauma. We don't want to feel it, so we just live in our minds instead, and that can be really bad for us in so many different ways, because it can create anxiety, depression, fatigue, all kinds of things, especially anxiety if you're just living in your head all the time. It's like your mind can race and be overthinking all the time. And so grounding, I was trying to like tune in. It's like, what does grounding mean to me? And grounding has to do with the root chakra, which is located at the base of our spine. And it's really, for me, about being connected to our bodies, and especially the lower part of our body. So it's about feeling safe, and it's also about feeling supported. And the root chakra in particular has to do with everything that manifests in our physical reality. So like, yes, our physical bodies and our health, but also like our homes, and like some people believe our root chakra is also related to money and wealth and abundance as well. So it's important. Like, many of us have this deep desire to have our third eyes wide open and our crown, like we're so connected to spirit, especially people who get on the spiritual path, and especially people who are highly sensitive and empathic and who do have this connection to the divine. A lot of times, many of us have been through a lot of trauma, and so what happens is we're super open at the top of our field, but then very closed off at the bottom. And the reason why I believe, and like I've been also taught this by several of my teachers, my priestess teacher, my Reiki master teacher, was that our root chakra needs to be open so that we can be connected to the earth and be safe in our bodies. Because if we are not connected to our bodies and we're very open at the top, it can actually let in dark energies into our field. What's really important, and what really stood out to me hugely when I first started on this path, is that if the root chakra is not open, then we have no way of really expelling and releasing old energy that's stuck inside of us, or letting go of other people's energies that we might be taking on that's coming into our bodies. So like when I learned this, I had this really big aha. And before I even started working on my third eye and my crown to connect more to the divine and my intuition, the first chakra that I worked on in my healing journey, it was my root chakra, because I realized, wow, my root is actually not good. Not at all. And so that's what I focus on also when I teach others, is helping them ground first. You need to ground everything down so that you can also integrate all of these spiritual and healing experiences that you're having. How do you know when your chakra is blocked? Well, I would take some time to sit down and tune into your body and see and notice. This is just coming up intuitively to share, is like, do you have a lot of fear that comes up? Like if we're talking about the root chakra, do you notice that you're afraid of a lot of things, like nervous and anxious, for example? Then that could be a sign that your root chakra is not flowing and healthy and, moving in the right direction. If you feel like, just start noticing in your body, like where there's tightness and tension happening. If you notice there's a lot of stuckness a lot of times in the mind, in the forehead, the face, around the eyes, like that can also be a sign that you're not grounded, because there's too much stuck up here and you're spending too much time in your mind. So that was the first thing that I explored on my healing path, that I healed, was my root chakra, to open it. And I have to tell you, this is something I still do every single day, is grounding. And I'm going to lead you on a really short little exercise in a few minutes to help you, like to show you how easy it is to ground and connect with the earth. So what I want to share is first why I think it's so important. I've shared already a few of the reasons, but I want to make it really clear. So when the root is open and we're grounded, it helps us release old energy. It's a way for old things to just for us to let them go and go down into the earth. That's one. Otherwise, we can be too open in the third eye and the crown. It's dangerous for us on a spiritual level, because darker energies can come into our field. If we're not in our body, we're just living in certain areas, then the parts that we're not embodied, those kinds of darker energies can come. And I'm not saying that to scare you. It's more just like, hey, be aware of this. And I'm sharing this so that you know how important it is to actually ground, and to do that often and frequently. And it's also important to ground down so we can anchor in all the growth that we're experiencing. And then on top of that, when you're grounded and your like 2 feet are on the ground, it creates more like a haven for you to be able to manifest all the things that you want. It's like your feet are on the ground. You're like, I'm safe, I'm supported, I deserve this, and I'm open to manifesting. I think that's a really beautiful kind of way and an image to look at, that you can look at yourself with. So there's another question about what are the signs of a clear chakra. I wouldn't spend too much time worrying about chakras per se. In general, what I would say is feel into your body. Like there are times, for example, where I notice my heart is blocked and I can feel that there's stuckness there. And in order to like tune into it, you just got to feel and bring your awareness there and notice, okay, what's going on? And then other times my heart just feels wide open. It's like there's nothing blocked in there. So just feel. That's the only way. It's like for you to be able to tune into yourself. Maybe you're visual and you can tune in and get images of your chakras. For me, I'm a really big feeler. So that's usually, and I think most people have access to being able to feel more easily than necessarily getting images right off the bat. So you can just tune in and bring your awareness to those places, like tuning into your throat and saying, okay, is my throat open, or do I notice pain in my throat and my neck? Is it tight? That's a really easy way to tune in for yourself to see if your chakras are blocked. And honestly, the chakras are always changing based on what's happening in our outside world. Let's say someone says something to you that really upsets you and you hold yourself back from responding, like your throat might get tight and then it's blocked. And then you give yourself space to feel into it after, and then your throat's open again. Like they're always changing based on our circumstances. But in general, we can have big blockages or many blocks in certain chakras at a time. But I don't want to go too off topic from the main theme today, which is grounding. So I hope that's helpful. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions about grounding. And like, I also am curious to hear, do you feel like you're grounded? I would love to know that. Like, are you grounded in your life? Do you practice grounding? Do you have any practices that help you with that? So this practice I want to guide you on, it's just going to be maybe 2 minutes. It's a short little practice. And I want to keep it short so that you know that you can do it often and that it's so easy to ground. So there's one way that I'll suggest grounding, especially if it's nice weather outside. Right now I'm in Canada, it's winter, and I don't plan on putting my bare feet on the earth right now. However, if you're in a warmer place or in the warmer months, you can go outside and put your bare feet on the earth and feel your feet on the earth. This is a really beautiful way of grounding yourself, and you can do that for like 5 minutes at a time. And just keep your awareness there. Keep your awareness on how grounded your feet are, how all the areas of your feet are connected to the earth, and feel that earth energy, that mother energy right beneath you. So that's something really beautiful you can do if you have nice weather. You can do it in the snow if you want. I don't really want to. But if you're not driving, I want to invite you just to take a moment. This is going to be maybe 1 or 2 minutes to just close your eyes and receive this experience. And I'm going to just teach you a very, very simple technique on how to ground. So just start by closing your eyes and relaxing where you are. Taking a few deep breaths into your body. And bringing your awareness to the base of your spine, right where your root chakra is located. And just breathe into that spot at the base of your spine. Breathing in new life into this area. And as you feel ready, you can begin to imagine roots, like the roots of a tree, extending from the base of your spine down beneath you through the home that you're in, or the building that you're in, or maybe you're in the car, wherever you are. Let these roots go down through the earth and down through all levels of the earth, through the soil, the mud, the water, through the rock, the crystal. And keep imagining these roots going deeper and deeper. And if you notice you get stuck, just use your intention to keep pushing the roots down deeper and allow them to go. And as they grow down, allow them to grow in thickness and in strength. Perhaps you might see your roots shimmering as they grow thicker and stronger and more expansive and extensive. And allow these roots to go all the way down until they can wrap right around the core of the earth. And as your roots are wrapped around the core of the earth, just feel this earth energy begin to come up through the roots and into your body. This Mother Earth energy, her beautiful love, her gentleness, the way she's holding you always. You can tune into that right now, the way she supports you. And just allow this frequency of safety to infuse into you right now. And one last breath, breathing up this earth energy into your body. Maybe breathing it all the way to the top of your head. Yeah, actually just letting this earth energy fill your body up right now and begin to overflow through your crown so that it extends all around you. And taking a nice deep breath. And you can open your eyes again. And you actually don't have to take your roots, like bring them back up. You can keep them down, keeping you grounded, keeping you connected to the earth, helping you stay, like remain in this feeling of safety and support and being held, embodied in yourself. So I hope that was helpful. And I actually still do this practice several times a day. I do that practice. I try first thing in the morning, definitely when I meditate every single time, anytime I'm holding space for anybody else, serving somebody medicine. I try and do it every time I sit down for a meal, because I'm an air sign personally. And so I feel like I'm prone to anxiety, and I'm also extremely highly sensitive. So if you're highly sensitive as well, you can be prone to you can be prone to getting anxious. And so grounding is the remedy for that. So you can do that practice anytime you want. Like as you practice it more, it gets easier and easier. It takes me like 20 seconds to ground with my energy in that way. And so I hope that you'll practice that often. I would love to hear from you how it goes for you. And it doesn't need to be one of these things that you like have to add to your list, of all the spiritual practices you have to do, but try it and see how it helps you and how it benefits. Because for me, it's just become second nature, and it's such an easy practice to do. So I hope that was helpful, connecting down with your roots into the core of the earth, wrapping your roots around, connecting often, and then breathe up that energy and fill yourself up with the earth energy. It's going to support you in so many ways. There's also many other ways that you can go support yourself. And I have to say, today I woke up and just the past 24 hours, I haven't been feeling great physically. Like my eyes are really hurting and I have like pain, and just my digestion's not being like, it hasn't been great. And so I just got this message, like, you need to go spend time outside in nature. And so I came to my parents' house, that's where I am, and I stopped at the Arboretum. I'm in Ottawa, and there's the experimental farm here in Canada, and there's a beautiful Arboretum with lots of gorgeous trees. And so I went and I was standing with the trees and walking around and breathing in the fresh air. And I actually had little chickadees come and land in my hand. I'll post that in my stories after, so do check it out. They're so beautiful. But it helped me a lot to connect with nature. That's an incredible way to ground yourself. So I will be posting this, the live here on Instagram, and I'll also be posting it on my YouTube channel, so you'll definitely be able to access it. So tomorrow I'm going to be offering in the next live 4 simple and practical energy clearing techniques. So this 30-day journey is meant to be enlightening and practical for you. So, I want to give you as many tips and tricks as I can. I'm also going to be announcing a free masterclass in the next few days, so do keep an eye out for that. I would love for you to be there. And if you're receiving from, these teachings and these lives that I'm offering, I would love for you to share them with a friend or 2. You can tag them in the video if you'd like, or just forward it to them. And I would appreciate that so, so much. All right, beauties, I'm sending you so much love, and I hope you have a really beautiful day. Thank you for being here for day 3 of 30 Days of Illumination, and I'll see you next time. Bye.